The first thing that a human being does when it's born to this world is take a breath. And with that first breath, consciousness and awareness is embodied. Isn't that interesting? And we've all been taught that we breathe air, is oxygen, and these other molecules. But what if it's more than air? What if we are actually breathing consciousness? And this is a really interesting idea. And I saw a video on Instagram with this one dude explaining this and how he came to the conclusion that we actually breathe consciousness. And that's why when we die, the consciousness goes away from the body. I've been thinking about and contemplating this idea for about a week now. And there's so many connections that I'm gonna share in this video that makes so much sense on why we're actually breathing consciousness. This is why breath work is so powerful. This is why we can change our state by simply breathing. This is why people who are unaware are also unaware of their breath. So in this video, I will share my conclusions about this and why the key to your full potential is found in the breath. Awareness of breathing isn't a new thing. If you go and look at the Indian traditions or even Chinese traditions, it's included in the whole history. Breathing has been a really powerful tool. I think it's mostly the Western world who has forgot the importance of breathing. And yes, there are coming more and more breathwork facilitators and breathwork gurus and whatever, but the fundamental of breathing, and if we think that we're breathing consciousness, it changes the game because we can use breath to bring awareness anywhere we want. And I don't want this to be just my own ideas and my own thoughts. So let's take, for example, Wim Hoffman, this guy who's called the Iceman. And he's been able to do pretty amazing feats. He's hiked Mount Everest just in his shorts, and he's done crazy things when he's hanging from one finger for like 10 minutes, and he's done all kinds of things like running a marathon in Sahara without drinking water. And he says all of his achievements is because of breathing. And if you look at ancient yogis, they can sit in the Himalayas without clothes and just be still and breathing and still be alive. So breathing has huge potential, and the point with this video is to bring more awareness to breathing and why you should put more attention in your breathing, and with that you will actually expand your consciousness and awareness. I know that in my personal life, every time I'm struggling or I'm overly stressed or I'm just anxious and in my head, if I can remember to get back to my breath and do box breathing, that is like 4, 4, 4, 4. 4 in, hold it for 4, exhale for 4, hold it for 4. And you do that, it's a super simple thing. And there's other techniques that I'm not gonna go into in this video, but just as an example, if you consciously breathe, or you try to breathe for as slow as possible, it will instantly affect your state. And quickly to get back to Wim Hoffman, is his method is this hyperventilation of breathing for like 30 times in and out, and then you hold your breath, and that does some physiological thing in your body. And people have had miraculous healings and all kind of conditions that has basically vanished from their life just by doing this breathing thing, and also cold immersion that we're not gonna go into in this video. But breathing, my first experience with this breathwork thing has been Wim Hofman, and it's been amazing because I've learned to control my breath more. I've learned how you can even get high with just breathing, and it's crazy because I know a thing or two about getting high, but that you can actually do it just by breathing, and especially this Wim Hofman technique, it's amazing. And then we come to the most powerful breathing technique that I've experienced, and it's called somatic breathwork release. And it's essentially a tool. It's like a ceremony. It's about an hour, and it's about breathing in certain patterns. And this breathing technique is actually capable of releasing trauma from the body. And people have had these huge releases of emotions just by doing this breath work in a certain way. And by the way, that's a part of my coaching service, is if trauma and things like that is bothering you. But anyway, breath work is so powerful that you may need it just 2-3 times a year, and you can clear out so much emotion. And if we take the concept of breathing consciousness, it makes so much sense, because when you do these breathing exercises, you include your whole body. And if it's pure consciousness that you're breathing into these places in your body that has the memory of trauma, it makes so much sense that the consciousness is what is healing the body and you as a complete being. And just to note, I don't believe that the air that we breathe is the only consciousness. I truly believe that everything is consciousness, and even the rocks, the water, everything. But it's so easy to think that an object has consciousness. But it's really easy to be fooled to not think that the air is an object, because we don't see it with our eyes, so we think that it's somehow an empty space. And if we take out the perspective and think of Earth, we are basically inside this bubble. We are Earth. We're not on Earth. We are part of Earth. We have come from Earth. We eat the Earth, and so on. So it makes sense that the air is part of the Earth that is conscious. I know this might go into woo-woo zone, but I've been thinking about this so much that it makes so much sense to me, and it explains why if you go to a negative place and you don't even feel the people, but you kind of feel the energy, their breath, you feel the air that they have been breathing, and you get this, I don't want to go there. And if you go into nature that is just pure and this fresh air, you get vitalized. So the next time you take a breath and you go to different places, think about this. Remember, wow, what if I'm breathing consciousness? And then we come to the ultimate discovery that I've made. The key to manifesting things and to reaching our goals and desires is within our heart. The key to health is within our heart. Our heart knows. The problem is that most people don't have an open mind and heart connection, mind and heart coherence. This is what Joe Dispenza and all of these teachers are talking about. So what does breath have to do with this? Well, I saw a video about a guy called Saul of Jared, and he said someone gave him this advice: to open his heart is to imagine that you're breathing straightly into your heart. And then you let it out. And by doing this and focusing your attention on the heart, you will actually train your brain and heart coherence. And this works so good. I've done this for quite some time already, and I truly believe it's one reason why I have been able to find my purpose, to find what I'm here to do, to actually open my heart, to be more empathetic, to be more soft. It's because I started deliberately breathe into my heart. You don't have to believe this, but I know from my experience, it has helped me a lot to understand the brain-heart coherence, and that's why I created a specific short, easy meditation that focuses on strengthening the mind-heart coherence, and it's based on breathing consciousness. I advise that you do this for at least 21 days because that's the sweet spot for creating a new habit, and having the mind-heart coherence is also a habit. And when you get this, you will have so much more clarity in life. You will have this inner guidance. The intuition gets stronger and stronger. So I suggest try it out for yourself. It's only a few minutes long and you can find it right here.